How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I wanted to talk about just the ritualization of alcohol drinking and the loss of the original motivation why people started drinking in the first place. And this happens to all of us. You know, what reason was it that you started drinking, right? Was it because you wanted to grow up fast? You wanted to feel like you were an adult at least. You wanted to overcome shyness. You wanted to experiment, whatever it was. That's the original motivation behind you starting drinking. You know, I could sort of say, well, most of those, if not all of those, were why I started drinking or why I continue to drink throughout my life. And gradually, just that gets lost in the mist, you know. I mean, I've talked a lot about, in the past, about the way that we sort of use alcohol in many different situations in order to overcome many different problems, and it actually becomes a go-to problem solver. Eventually we start out by just living life on its own terms, you know, and we sort of go through things as they come up, and we deal with things as they come up, and we learn things and we make mistakes and blah de blah de blah. But once we find something like alcohol, it gives us the opportunity to not think, right? To push things onto the back burner, right? To short circuit these learning experience that we have to go through, that we're supposed to go through as part of our life, right? And by short circuiting those learning experiences, we actually start short circuiting our own personalities, we short circuit our own experiences in life, and we do ourselves a tremendous injustice in the long run by doing this, right? You know, but over time, alcohol drinking becomes ritualized, right? It becomes just something that we do. You know, it becomes a part of our daily lives, like getting up in the morning and taking a piss, you know, or brushing your teeth, or you know, it just becomes that hardwired into your system, you know, that it becomes just a part of that tip, that under the surface, subconscious way of living life. And that's the sad part of it, right? That ritualization of it. And that's what forms the habit, you know, just the persistent and consistent repetition of doing this same thing over and over again until it turns into a ritual, until it becomes a behavior which encapsulates many parts of your life. And the habit behavior, then, you know, it becomes a habit. It becomes an addiction where you can't do without it because it's so embedded into your way of thinking, you know. And at the same time that this is all happening, you know, we forget why we started drinking in the first place. The drug is still having its effect. You know, you still suffer the consequences of the alcohol. You still suffer through the tolerance. Your body still becomes tolerant of the alcohol. Your mind becomes tolerant of the whole alcohol culture around you, of your own personal alcohol culture, and we start to make up things to excuse it, you know. I've done a video a few days ago about excuses, you know, the excuses of it's because everyone else does it, the excuse of it's got health benefits, it helps me to relax, it helps me to sleep, it helps me to celebrate, whatever it is. These are excuses that we make up in our minds to justify why we're doing this to ourselves, you know. Why we've got into the habit of doing things. You know, there's the opposite side of this where people say, well, you know, you're an alcoholic if you drink over a certain amount, or you drink over a certain number of days, that kind of thing, you know, or if alcohol is interfering with your life. But at the end of the day, no matter what type of alcohol you put into your body, the amounts of alcohol that you put into your body, it's interfering with your life to one degree or another, even if it's only the opportunity cost of what you could be doing with your time instead of drinking alcohol. So how do you overcome this ritualization in your life? There's no easy solution, right? It takes hard work. You've got to put in the effort to do it. You've got to first stop the alcohol from getting into your body in the first place. You've got to take apart the behavior bit by bit, and you've got to solve the problems in real time. You know, you've got to solve the problems that are coming up. And if you take these things bit by bit, you solve the problems bit by bit, then you'll find that your life will gradually and inexorably improve in the right direction. You know, you'll go in the onwards and upwards direction because you've got, this thing is not holding you back anymore. I mean, for me, that was the biggest thing, you know, that alcohol ever did. Apart from the physical and the mental damage that the toxin was doing to me, just the behavior itself was killing my life, was strangling my life, was taking away any momentum that I was building up when I wasn't drinking. You know, once I drank, the consequences of that were leading into the next day and the next day, and just the whole behavior, the whole insipid nature of alcohol drinking behavior, and that it eventually starts to take over more and more areas of your life until you see people where they just live for the alcohol then, you know. And we're all heading in that direction, you know. It's as Alan Carr says in his book about the pitcher plant, you know, we're all, as soon as you start drinking, you're in that pitcher plant, you're in that downward spiral, you know, regardless of whether you've just started out or you're just at different levels of that downward spiral. So look, it's the only way that you're going to get through this is to stop putting the alcohol in the first place, and from there on, then you can work on things bit by bit. Until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Come on over to the website alcoholmastery.com and you'll find a lot of free resources, some paid resources, different ways of overcoming the urges of alcohol, getting through the first few days, the first few weeks, what to do afterwards, how to deal with life without alcohol, how to deal with the boredom, how to deal with sleep, you know, inspirational videos, motivational videos, videos that will give you rock solid determination to do this, videos that will push you towards finding your reason why you want to quit in the first place, giving you motivation to quit. So there's loads of videos there, nearly 600, as I say, free videos, and step by step, bit by bit courses that will lead you through. And we've got one on preparation, so leading you up to quitting drinking alcohol. That's I think that's over 8 hours. We've got how to stop drinking alcohol video course, which is all about the underlying stuff, a lot of the stuff that Alan Carr talks about, you know, the propaganda, the alcohol in our culture, how we're brainwashed to drink alcohol. We've got the 30-day alcohol reboot, which is basically a step-by-step leading you up to drinking alcohol through motivation, preparation, through expectations, what to expect, and then leads you step by step through the first 4 weeks, you know, the first 30 days. And then afterwards, you're in a much better place then to make up your mind whether to stop drinking alcohol or not. So I'll leave it there. Until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Stay safe and keep the alcohol out of your mouth. Onwards and upwards. Good luck to you. Bye now.